Mustard. No, I fuck with this album. I don't know. I think the beef had me feeling a little like, is he just trying to sell some shit? Something like that. I mean, it just seems a little odd. Everyone's like, oh, it's a surprise album. It's a surprise album. I get yes, 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 yes. We didn't know when this was coming. But are you surprised that he's dropping an album? This dude is doing the Super Bowl, went through a whole tirade of beefs, and started like changing his whole lifestyle to like make something of himself. Would he not drop an album? I don't know when this was gonna happen, but maybe I was the only one that was not shocked. I was like, oh, he did drop it. Okay. For me, if like if he didn't drop something this year, I would have been like, no, what the fuck was all this for? You know? You might say, oh, because he just definitely hates Drake. Sure. Okay, yeah, cool. He can hate Drake and do a bunch of disses. But he's also a marketing genius in himself. He's gonna do these things at the right time, and place. If he didn't, he would have done this years ago. No? No? Anyways, I think this album's good. This album's really good, but for some reason it doesn't hit me like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers did. And that's only because I have a different like place in my heart for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like back in 2021, no one was blasting it. No one was blasting Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. None of my friends were. No one was like, "Oh, this is the album." Like, remember when Damn came out? Maybe because it was a different time and place, but when Damn came out, you couldn't escape it. You could not escape a song on that album. Same with this album. You couldn't escape a thing. But when Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out, people were like, oh, Kendrick dropped something that's nice, that's good. And 95 is the best thing because it's a heater. Why was no one playing Survivor? Why was no one playing Crown the Kings? Why was no one playing freaking Mr. Morale? Like all these songs were top tier. Like the part when Kendrick was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I'm sorry. Like that album, maybe because when that album came out, I was pushing Oreos, and I'm not talking about drugs. I was literally inventory stocking Oreos. And I'm like, this is my job, and I'm hearing this album during the summer as I'm driving from place to place, no skips, nonstop every day that summer. And I'm like, oh, this is my favorite Kendrick album, hands down. Like, maybe that's just me. This one, it felt like he was servicing fans a little bit. He was saying, oh, usually I make conscious shit. I'm gonna do a bunch of conscious things. Let me do what Drake does and do some like crazy pop in your face, no hidden real messages to it. Let me just give you some mad beats and some hot bars, which a lot of people wanted. I wanted that too. So I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying, it's not gonna go in his trio. Like if I was about to say like, here's his top three albums, this isn't gonna go in there for me. I think it's mainly because it's such a memeable album. You got freaking TV off with the mustard. You finally get the new version of Squabble Up, which he was teasing. So obviously something was coming with it. And then other than that, I don't know, other songs sound like different things. Like Peekaboo for me, straight up sounds like this meme. You know, the part where he's just like, what you talking about? You talking about nothing? What you talking about? You talking about nothing? What you talking about? You talking about nothing? That part right there reminds me of this meme. I forgot this dude's name. I forgot his name. But he does a meme where he's just like, Chewbacca get my uncle, I make him get his own gun. Chewbacca is my uncle, I make him get my own gun. And hearing that part, I was like, oh, I feel like he's just kind of, he's not copying, but I was like, I feel like I heard these things before, you know? And so it was just like, eh. But like, the one song I'm gonna tell you right now that's like kind of slept on is GNX. Ooh, that beat? Ah, the way it was flowing and he switches to the other two. That one. TV off, yep. That's good for them. That's good for the memes. Slaps. It's a good song. But GNX, that's something I can easily be playing anywhere all the time, and it's slapping for me. I think I'm comparing this too much to Mr. Morale. I think that's what's happening because even his emotional songs on this one feel like they were there because he felt like he needed to put them in there. If that makes sense. Like he was just like, oh, we got a bunch of bangers that I did with Mustard over these past couple of months. Let me put these in there and stuff like that. But it's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, he's not going back to his true self. He lost himself. So let me put some serious stuff in there as well. And I don't know. You hear it once, you're like, oh damn. But for some reason, I'm kind of like, once I hear it again, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good right now. You should have just went with the hard. You should have went hard Kendrick all the way through then at this point, and say that for another album or something. But I think it's good. I think I wouldn't rate it as high as Mr. Morale. Probably like a 10 out of 15. This is something that you're easily puffing on a hybrid for. It's something that where the slow tracks come in and you don't want to be like, oh, you just lost all my flow. I was bouncing. But then also you want something that's going to bring you back up when things getting crazy again later down in the album. And so I think a hybrid really just matches that pace where you're like, oh, I'm chilling, but also I'm popping, you know? So I think it's good. I'm not. I feel like people are gonna be like, oh, he's a hater. He's a Drake fan or something like that. No, 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 no. My big three are Childish Gambino, Travis Scott, and Baby Keem. Those are people I like the most. So I'm not biased in this stuff. I just think it's not as best of his best, but there's still bangers on there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments or wherever I post this. Let me know what you smoke this on. Tell me what your favorite song is on this. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. I don't know. I'll let them know. And stay high and resupply.